Hey guys, this is Locke. In this video, I'm going to show you how to progress through the gray-haired maiden. I'm looking at the medium risk area. This is going to be a video similar to yesterday, but I'm basically going to start with like some basic ideas of how you can progress through this when you start the medium risk area, and then how you can eventually build up a team that can help you to get a high score with this broken frontline stage. So to start with, the basic idea here is that you're going to try to focus on this boss. Deal as much damage as possible to him, ignore the mobs so that you can get a high score based on time. Once you are able to, do that, like just do a clear of that, then you can try some other ideas that I'm going to throw out at you to try to kill some of the mobs as well. One thing that I found is that this boss actually does a lot of damage as well. So when you're starting out, this might not be, the last time might not be something you can do. You might have to use either Empower or Heal. Right now I'm going to use Empower to go through this. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be a very basic trial. I'm actually going to put Nox over here because when Nox is able to unleash his ultimate, when Nox is able to unleash her ultimate, she's able to attack everybody, including the boss, with one attack. So she'll be able to take out some of the enemies that are going down the line and attack the boss as well. So this is going to be how this will look like. And I want to feed it to Nox, the Empower skill. And when those slimes start appearing, I will do this and try to take them out as much as I can. Like, I was only able to take out a little bit, but that's the main idea. Really, the idea here really is to just kill the boss as fast as I can. So it's okay to attack the other things as long as you're still focused on the boss, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to you are trying to defeat the boss as soon as possible and ignore everything else. So as you can see, this thing will attack whoever's on the sides. So you want to do that and let this guy pass through, and then move it back and let the other one pass through. And as you can see, it's still doing a lot of damage. Like, my Bai still died. So this is what I mean by sometimes you might have to bring heal instead of empower, because this thing, the monsters in the stage do a lot of damage. But as you can see, like, even with like a very basic strategy like that and letting monsters go through, I was still able to get like 200,000, well, not 200, 196,000 score. So it's not a bad start. Like, you can start with this and then try to work on it to get a better score. But an idea like this, a very basic idea like this, might help you to get started on the stage, and then you can work on some other things. So as I just mentioned earlier, if you find that your units are dying before you're able to deal significant damage, instead of bringing Empower, just bring the heal skill and then use that to keep yourself alive. Now for the second thing that I did, I am trying to basically still focus on the boss, but I'm also trying to focus on both sides as well. So one thing that I did is I would bring a tank. So instead of Luby Array, I would bring a tank like this, or I would use Hekate's tank to tank for me. So I do something like this here. Let me just run this and I will show you. And I obviously try to keep Irene next to the boss, next to my boss, next to the chief, as much as possible, because she generates extra energy for chief skills and also for herself. So it's always great to have as well. So this is how this is going to look like. Actually, I'm going to move this one here. So the reason I'm moving this here is because the second tank, which in this case is going to be Hekate's tank Nightmare, is going to be on the square right above Bai Yi. And so Bai Yi, Hekate, and the Nightmare will all focus on mobs that are coming on that side, and Nox is going to be focusing on the mobs that are coming from this side. So let's just see it in practice and see how it goes. So I want to use Nightmare right here, and I want to use this here. And so when the slimes start coming, I want to start using this skill. So that's the basic idea, and then I can also move him here to try to get rid of these guys as soon as possible. And then once that's done, I want to move here. And that's done again. So now I want to... So I'm just waiting for this, and then I'm going to break these cores and attack this boss and try to get it down as soon as possible. So it's a lot more moving around, which unfortunately you have to do with this one. Oops. Sometimes it's hard to target the one that you want, so that sucks. But yeah, that's how it goes. So this is it's sometimes it's hard for me to focus on this when I am trying to also write give commentary. So I might not get a high score, but this is the basic idea. This is what and I got 200,000, so it's a little bit higher than the score I got from before. But that's the basic idea. Like, you're moving Nox around, and you're using another tank on the other side to stall, and try to get as high a score as possible. Now, one thing I forgot to mention actually was when you're starting, you're actually on stage 1 and then stage 2 and then finally on stage 3. To get past stage 1 and stage 2, you actually have to defeat everything. Like, you can't let any of the mobs go through. But usually stage 1 and stage 2 are like a lot easier, so I don't think most people will have trouble with that if they were able to beat the low risk trials. So you're probably able to easily do stage 1 and stage 2. It's stage 3 that people have a lot of difficulty with. So that was what I did to get a little bit higher score from when I started out. And then finally, you want to eventually start using Last Stand. That will give you the highest score. And this is kind of the team and what I did to get the score that I have right now. It's very similar to before. I basically just have to make sure that I am able to defeat this boss as soon as possible. So this strategy that I used just the second time I showed this around and now is going to be very similar. It's just that my units are a lot stronger, and since they're stronger, they're able to deal damage faster and they don't die as quickly. But yeah, it's a very similar run to what I just did. So I mean, I can run through it again. I might not have as great a score as as I have, but this is the idea. And again, I put Hagate here. I can even move this guy here. And I want to switch Louis Race skill to that. So there you go. It's something like that, and then okay. So the boss is down, and we have to take this down, and it's done. So that's it. But this is only possible after your units are a lot highly leveled. Like, I have a level 84 Nox right now. and Nox is really doing most of the damage. I mean, you can see like almost 50% of the damage is coming from Nox. Um, and yeah, I mean, if you get even stronger and your unit's able to survive, really well, you might not even need to bring ML. You can just get rid of the enemies like even faster or something. But yeah, this is the basic idea. This is how I progressed. I started with letting the mobs through and just trying to win on time, and then eventually I used a strategy where I used either the heal skill or the empower skill to if my units were dying too fast, I would use the heal skill to make them survive. If they were okay with surviving with Hamel's healing or whichever healer you have, then I was able to switch to Empower and use Empower on Nox to keep using his skill up. And then eventually, when my units have enough damage, I was able to just change everything around, use the last stand to get as much damage as possible, and then just defeat the boss very quickly. So this is how I progressed with the stage. I hope you guys get some ideas, and if you have the questions or comments regarding the stage or how to, some help with this, I can definitely help out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have the questions or comments, let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Take care now.